someone calls up the Wade Keller podcast on the last caller on Tuesday morning. Like, why did it sound like a Spice Girls song with the two of them going back and forth?
Oh my god.
No, it's in my head, like, for 2 days. I'm like, I have to do this bit. I have to. It's been a long time since I've sat down and edited together a bit, you know?
Of course.
Oh, man. Well, that was fun. That was really fun. It's okay. Now, all seriousness, are you at all excited for Batista Triple H? At all?
I mean, yeah, I don't hate the idea. And it kind of ties in, like I was saying to you, it ties in the whole reunion that they did at, what was it, SmackDown 1000?
Yeah.
So it makes sense. It's not thrown together. It's not something that just, like, is out of the blue. It makes sense. And it's just, I think it's going to be a good match, to be honest with you.
Well, it's going to be a match. It's going to be a no-hold-barred match, which seems to be all Triple H does nowadays. And I'm interested in what it could be. It's not going to be great. It's not going to be awful. We've seen worse. It's not going to be as bad as Triple H Undertaker. That's all I know. It's not going to be that bad. But, I don't know. I'm intrigued. And it does have that WrestleMania feel because he is a movie star. So it does have that WrestleMania feel.
Yeah.
But it's just funny because I don't know if we're going to have Batista at all between now and Mania because of all the stuff going on with Endgame. I have no idea. He's only going to be in the biggest movie in the world. I know.
Yeah.
So, all right. Let's get back to the week. And we have Shane and Miz. Shane turned on Miz. And right in front of his father, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
Watching Mr. Miz fade screaming, which is one of the funniest things I've seen all week. And but we are getting Miz versus Shane at Mania. This has been going on for a while. How do you feel?
It's about time that this finally happens. I just felt like the turn was a little anticlimactic. It felt like it was like obvious that it was going to happen. Like it should have happened. Like,
but I wasn't sure who was turning on her though. I think that's what the fun part was. I didn't know who was going to turn on who.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
The one thing you missed on SmackDown, by the way, was Shane making Greg Hamilton enthusiastically call him the best of the Royal Shane McMahon.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, he did win that
with
thing.
The trophy
so.
in the ring again. With the trophies back in the ring again. But the hilarious part for me was having him like choking Greg Hamilton. Like, say it like you mean it. Say it like you mean it.
Okay.
What's going on?
Give me what I want.
Give me what I want. Give me what I want. Anyway, well, we're gonna milk that. We're gonna milk that for a long time.
Yep.
We're gonna keep all that's gonna come back up, and like when we get to the Mania week, it's gonna come back up.
You just gonna stand up there looking like a nose ring model, or you gonna come to the ring like I asked you to and face me like a man?
Anyway,
whoever wrote that needs a raise because I'm sorry, it's hysterical.
Back at Fastlane, we had Becky and Charlotte, and Ronda Rousey hit Becky Lynch and got Charlotte disqualified. So now we officially have the triple
I have
threat.
an issue with this.
Go for it.
I have an issue with this. If she was supposed to turn heel, okay, wouldn't the heel thing to do would be to take the opportunity away from Becky that everyone wanted?
I agree. I 100% agree.
So why the fuck would she do that? Like, what kind of a stupid fucking heel are you?
Becky went on SmackDown this week, and by the way, threw her crutch away, which is great news, by the way.
Oh, she's not Tiny Tim anymore?
Well, she walked out with the crutch and then threw it across the stage. I thought she was going to throw it into the stands. I'm like, okay, I could live with the limping. Just get rid of the damn crutch, you know?
As you do. Mm-hmm.
Anyway, when she got in the ring, she said, I got into Ronda's head. And it's very
she's not calling her Ronnie anymore?
well, she got into Ronnie's head. And what was the other thing she said? I can't think of the exact quote, but I think she said something along, it's very hard to get into somebody's head when she has no brain.
Okay.
So,
okay.
That was a line that was said. So we're getting the triple threat. It's official. It's happening. And also, I saw a commercial during NXT this week, and they're really, really pushing this as the main event. So,
okay. Good.
In the advertising. I'm not talking about in here. I'm talking about they put together this advertisement that was so dramatic. No storyline. Like, just like, here's the three of them. See this at Mania. Like, this is the match you're seeing at Mania. So
let me ask you a question. They've done Elimination Chamber. They've done the tag titles now. They're doing the main event at WrestleMania. I mean, I feel like that's like the biggest thing they could possibly do. They've done Hell in a Cell. They've done all these things. What is there to do now?
I think this is it. I think this is the last first. I think we're it. I think main eventing WrestleMania might just be the final one. So,
right, yeah, because I mean, to me, there's nothing bigger. You know what I mean? And they've done everything else. They've done every gimmick match.
Yep, I think they've done it all. Even they even had the TLC match. The TLC match back in
right.
Yeah.
So like, where do they go from here though? Like that's my next question now. Where do we go from here with the division?
I think you know what it is. The whole goal of this whole revolution has been, if you're going to do this, make it normal. So now you main event Mania with the women. It's no longer weird at the women main event shows. It's not a thing anymore. You don't think about it anymore.
You know what? You're absolutely right, because if you asked me this like a year ago, even 6 months ago, that women would be the final match at WrestleMania, I wouldn't believe you.
And now here we are.
And now I'm just like, all right, cool, let's do this. You know what I mean? Yeah. So
we're 3 weeks out, and it's going to happen. Like, that's a big deal. Like, I don't think people realize how big of a deal that is.
Yeah.
And I do want to, I know this is with an order of show, but I'm just going to bring this up here. The Dana Brooke thing was weird, and I knew you really, really wanted to talk about that. So,
Dana Brooke, you have to put quotes around that. Dana Brooke.
What were you talking about on Monday with this whole Dana Brooke thing?
She is not, they replaced her.
How did you replace her?
I am fucking convinced they replaced her. That is not the same person.
How? How is that possible?
She looks nothing like Dana Brooke. She looks completely different. She's thinner. She's not as muscular. Her face looks completely fucking different. So unless you got work done, fine. If you got a facelift or whatever the fuck the case is, fine. But the rest of her body is not the same. And there's no way that she had all that work done if it's the same person. I'm convinced that there's a conspiracy and they replaced her. She is not the same. She is not the original Dana Brooke. They replaced her.
I don't even know how to respond to that.
I'm telling you. I'm noticing that it is not the same person. I really have to listen to her voice now, because now I got to figure out if her voice sounds the same. But I'm telling you, and I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy, because I know you're thinking I'm crazy.
Well,
I'm not crazy. She is not the same person. They replaced her with somebody else, and they're trying to pass her off as the original Dana Brooke, because that is not the same person.
Okay. Well, we'll keep an eye on that in like 6 months. Next year.
Tweet me if you agree. Hashtag Dana is fake.
Please tweet at the show, at the Blinkers House Show, because I want people to react to this, because like Dana Brooke apparently is no longer Dana Brooke. Apparently, that's what I'm learning here.
They replaced her, just like they did with Kane, just like they did with The Undertaker, just like they did with what's his face, Sin Cara. They replaced her.
Oh, there you go. All right. What did you think of the Shield at Fastlane?
Meh.
I enjoyed the match. I really thought it was fun. And I guess that's it. I guess. Like,
if
I don't
they're
know what
going
to say.
for like the emotional thing, like I'm not feeling it.
Well, I enjoyed the match. I thought it was a really good match. I thought it was fun for what it was. It reminded me of old school show matches, which I think was the point.
Mm-hmm.
So I enjoyed that. But I guess if Dean's actually leaving, then this is it.
Yeah, I'm not believing that anymore, to be honest with you.
Okay, let's discuss that.
They're making way too big of a deal out of it now.
Let's discuss that. Do you think they're making a big deal out of Ambrose leaving because they want to get ahead of the story, or are they still trying to get him to sign, and he is closer to signing, so they're making a big deal of it on the air so they can sell more Shield merchandise?
I believe that he already signed, and now they're just writing it out storyline-wise to make people believe, oh my god, he's leaving, let's have one last hurrah. I think he probably already re-signed at this point, because they're just, like I said, they're making way too big a deal out of it. If The Undertaker was leaving, or somebody like that, I can understand. You know, I'm not trying to discredit Dean Ambrose and what he's done for the company and his time with the company, but I don't know. I'm not convinced anymore. I'm convinced that now he resigns. It's now just one big storyline, and everyone's kind of just like riding the wave and just using it. And, you know, then after Mania, ooh, yay, he's back.
Or do you think maybe he resigned and he's going to take some time off? And it's just like, they're making a big deal out of it.
Oh, yeah.
And then he'll show up in like August or something like that.
I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if he took like a couple months off. And did whatever he needed to do. Maybe Renee will take some time off because, you know, they're married and they probably haven't had a lot of time together. And, you know, I could see him coming back in a few months. And I don't know, what's the next big pay-per-view?
SummerSlam? Oh, Money in the Bank? SummerSlam? You know?
Yeah, something like that. I mean, I feel like that's too far out. But, yeah, no, I can see that happening.
Money in the Bank got moved to May.
Oh, did it really?
Instead of June. I was looking up a WWE schedule, and like I don't have the location, but I found a date for Money in the Bank in May, which is early.
So what are they doing in June? Wait, what was in May to begin with?
I think that was Payback last year, and they took it off.
Was it?
They put Money in the Bank in June, and then they don't have anything listed for June yet. It's weird.
Okay.
I've been trying to. Behind the scenes. I'm trying to get ahead of our schedule so that I can plan some vacation weeks for the show. Just being honest, right. I'm trying to plan some vacation weeks so we can take some weeks off, especially with our cons on the schedule and everything else. I'm just trying to plan ahead so that we can get ahead of things and take some breaks. So I'm trying to get the WWE pay-per-view schedule to line up. And what's weird is that they have Money in the Bank listed, and then the following Saturday is Double or Nothing. On the same week, like from Sunday to Saturday. It's almost like they're like, by the time you get through with our programming, you might be too tired to watch Double or Nothing.
Yeah, I don't think so.
No, I'll be watching individual shows, but it's like, that's what it feels like to me what they're trying to do.
Yeah. Now, did they announce the location?
I have that down, actually. I can look it up real fast. Let's move on to the next thing, and I'll look it up. What the hell was Shelton Benjamin doing on Raw?
Yeah, seriously? Is he going to be like, is he the next, like, Paul Heyman guy when Lesnar leaves?
Well, the funny part is, I loved Heyman on commentary saying, I just paid him to attack Rollins, not actually have a match with him. That made me laugh really hard. Well, I don't know. I actually wouldn't mind it. I think that'd be great for his career. That'd be great for his career.
Oh, I agree.
Revitalize his career a little bit. I don't know, it was actually nice to see Shelton, and he looked really good in the ring. He looked the best he's looked in a long time. So, okay, here we go.
He needs to dye his hair silver again, though.
May 19th, Money in the Bank, XL Center in Hartford.
Oh, wow, okay. See, now I was assuming they were going to do it in Vegas.
No, it's in Hartford. So there you go.
Okay.
That's official, according to the XL Energy Center website.
Okay.
So there you go. They moved Money, and Extreme Rules was moved. Oh, Extreme Rules was in May, and they moved that to July.
That's so weird.
Yeah, they're switching up some things. And what was June last year?
I guess it's not that bad.
I mean, I don't mind it. It keeps you like, we're going from WrestleMania to Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank to show everyone looks forward to. So that actually does kind of help things a little bit. Yeah. You know? Backlash was last May. So
now Backlash is
June? I guess. I don't know. They haven't announced.
You're right. They didn't announce it yet. Okay.
Yeah, I only have June and July. I have May and July. May is that, and July is Extreme Rules. And then August, obviously, is SummerSlam. So, I don't know. We'll find out. I'm guessing WrestleMania weekend, we'll get the whole schedule, and we'll figure it out then. So, anyway, lastly, be Finn Balor to get back his IC title, and nobody cared. Kurt Angle announced his retirement officially.
Finally.
And the theory going, and I don't know if Dave broke this or like it'd been a theory anyway because I wasn't fully paying attention because I've been avoiding Twitter because of Captain Marvel. I've been avoiding Twitter.
Yeah.
Kurt Angle, John Cena.
That makes sense.
It does make sense, and I wasn't sure
And
how
it-
you would enjoy
And it'll
that.
give Cena something to do, and it's a perfect way to get him on the card without getting him on